Hello and welcome back to the Manager once again. We have now made it to the new season, and for some reason, a lapse of my brain power, I completely forgot we'd be playing in the Community Shield because we won the FA Cup. So, Community Shield today. In transfer window news, obviously these two haven't arrived yet. They're going to arrive in a few seasons. Didn't know that. But big transfer news. We've brought in Mason Mount on a free transfer. That's nothing big, nothing too important. We brought in Kane Ramsey from Southampton for a £22.5 million transfer. And we also brought in a Jamie Edwards from Liverpool on a free transfer, who had, when we signed him, a potential of 4.5 stars. That's now dropped to 3.5. It could be worse, let's put it that way, it could be worse. Big news on the sale front though. We sold Alvaro for £72 million to Paris Saint-Germain, which is very big. We also sold Ross Barkley for £5 million, which was the catalyst for signing Mason Mount. Other than that, nothing really important to note. I mean, players going out on loan here and there, but nothing really important. Nothing really that needs to be mentioned, I think. Boston, unfortunately, no longer have Mr. Tim Sherwood in charge. He's left to return to Blackburn. And such, the managerial position is now with John Kennedy. And Boston, unfortunately, are predicted to finish lower mid-table. Or at least they were. Now they're just mid-table now. But to put it bluntly, I don't see Boston getting playoffs again this season, and in fact could go into somewhat of a decline. I have to admit, it's looking likely. So all the hard work that myself and Tim Sherwood have put into the club is probably going to be lost at this point. But we're not here to talk about Boston, we're here to watch Millwall and Manchester United in the Community Shield, which I don't think Millwall have played in ever. This is the team we're going to start the season with. We got Plazari in goal, who has dropped from a 3.5 to a 3-star player. Kane, Ramsey, Yulla, Sam Watson and Mario Augusto in defence, with Nato and Thomas in the central midfield because Eduardo and Doyle are both injured and cannot play this match. In the attacking midfield roles, we've got Jovanovski, Lopez and Nestorov. No real question about them. They're all staples of the first team football. And Mateus is going to start this season off with a 4.5-star rating, which is rather impressive, I must admit. On the bench, we've got Axel Tuanzebe, Mason Mount, Valentino Livramento, Louis Barry, Sahajovic, Ksengis Yildirim and Stefan Tasic. Alexander Lilic has actually now gone from a 2.5 to 3-star player now, which is very nice to see. Obviously, the 22-year-old getting a lot better. I have become acutely aware of the fact that if we have more than 3 players injured or suspended at the same time, we cannot play a full 18 players. That probably needs to be rectified with some possibly new free transfers or loans being brought in. But until that becomes a problem, we shouldn't need to worry. Obviously in this game I'm going to be attacking. It just makes more sense to continue the attacking mentality rather than being defensive. It doesn't make sense to me to want to put a defensive mentality to the team, so I won't. The captaincy today is going to be on Roberto Lopez, because he is one of the more senior players in the squad and definitely deserves the position. We owe Manchester United what happened in the last match, we really do. 3-1 loss in the Champions League final was not a good result for us. So hopefully we can actually change this, and seeing as we are now playing in London, it should really be considered a home fixture for Millwall. A big note actually, speaking of London, we no longer play at the Den for this season, we're going to be playing at London Stadium, the West Ham United ground, as we have got an expansion to the stadium, as I'm pretty sure I probably showed in the last video, the season review. We are now going to be having a 30,000 seater stadium for next season, and for this season we're going to have a 66,000 seater in West Ham. So That's going to be interesting for the Millwall fans to have to travel to their rivals' stadium for every home game, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. Aaron Wan-Bissaka now with the ball on the edge of the box, backs to Diampo, now crosses it to Gomez, and terrible defending once again, just proving that we need to really revolutionise how we are defending and our training, and as such need to make sure we can actually improve the capabilities of this side with its defensive capabilities, because Kane Ramsey, gotta give it to him, it's his debut, I understand, but he should have done better. And we've had 4 shots to their 5, we have 5 to their 4 now, but none have been on target. Now, Kane Ramsey with a free kick, plays it back to Yulla, back to Ramsey again. Now to Yulla, plays it over the top looking for Jovanovski, but only finds Ben Chilwell. Forward to Cook, then Mateus Henrique, then back to Chilwell, who gets tackled, and then Jovanovski now with the ball, plays it all the way along to the box. Back into the middle for Lopez now, gets the edge of the Manchester United box to Thomas. Thomas through to Mateus. Mateus shoots, but a terrible shot into the waiting gloves of Mendoza. I wonder if David De Gea has actually now fully retired, or if he's just not playing in this fixture. Augusto now with a throw to Nestorov, forward to Lopez, and terrible play from Lopez getting tackled by Cook. Then Gomez gets it forward, but thankfully the ball is saved by Plazzari. We still have more shots to the Man United. We did. But every shot Man United have had has been on target. Only one of ours has been on target. I believe it's a corner kick for us. It is Lopez to take. Swings it into the near post, and Sam Watson very nearly making it 1-1 with a header from just outside the 6-yard box. But still we try. And at half time I'm going to make 2 changes. And the first of those changes is going to be left winger Yuri Nestorov off for Cengiz Yildirim, and the second change is going to be Iban Nato off for Mason Mount. That's a Mazzala. And we're going to do a team talk. I'm going to passionately say that we did not do well and we need to do better. So I'm going to demand more as we start this half, and we're 2-0 down, I think. Oh no, ball put wide from the free kick. But, as I mentioned, demand more on the side. Technically, we have not actually got a full Wembley for this fixture, so that's rather worrying given the state of the size of both of these clubs now in the game. And that was atrocious defensive work. He allowed Diampo to run straight through all of us. Diampo again now with the ball, loses out this time to Augusto, making up for previous mistakes. And then Yildirim just wastes his time with the ball, and thankfully Angel Gomez's shot does go wide. But again, terrible piece of defensive and movement work from our players. I'm going to ask some creativity heading into the 70th minute. Hopefully that will spark something of a revival in this match. And if we haven't scored by the 75th minute, I'll be bringing on Louis Barry for Mateus. Custodio plays it forward to Mateus Henrique. Now Cook. Cook plays it to Bruno Guimaraes. No chance. Diampo now the ball. I thought we'd given away a penalty. I had genuinely thought we'd given away a penalty there. Diampo now with a throw into Wan-Bissaka. Gets it back to him again. Now Pedersen with the ball. Pedersen plays it to Diampo. Diampo gets it into Wan-Bissaka, who crosses it, but thankfully Yulla's header is away. Mason Mount now with the ball, plays it along the wing, finds Mateus. Mateus holding the ball up, then runs it into the middle, looking forward to the edge of the box now. Gets a shot away, but it is a terrible effort, and really should have done better. And as promised, as we have not scored by the 75th minute, Mateus is coming off for last season's top goal scorer, Louis Barry, who I'm going to assertively say I want to see a good performance. That didn't seem to work. And for the last 10 minutes of this match, I'm going to demand more. Because the Community Shield is the only domestic title as of yet I have not won with Millwall in the Premier League. Mendoza now at the ball, plays it to Custodio. Back to Cook. Cook over the ball goes to Chilwell. Chilwell holding the ball up now, plays it back to Custodio. Back to Chilwell, back to Custodio again. All the way back now to Mendoza in goal. Mendoza is being closed down by Barry, forward to Skriniar. Now Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka runs it along the right wing, and good work from Yildirim forcing him to stop. Back to Bruno Guemes, then Diampo back to Guemes, and now forward to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka gets the ball into Diampo, crosses it to Pedersen, but his shot is blocked, and Mason Mount makes a good clearance to the side. And after 84 minutes, we have a goal kick. Plizzari to Yulla. Now Ramsey. Ramsey plays it back to Yulla. Back to Ramsey again. Back again to Yulla. Forward again to Ramsey. They're playing themselves into a corner. And unfortunately that corner has now been smashed open by the Manchester United side, and it is very nearly 2-0. Another goal kick for Plizzari, but we don't get to see it, of course. And after some passion just to finish this match off, Roberto Lopez swings the ball in from the corner kick, but again Sam Watson cannot keep his head down, and the match is, by the looks of things, ending 1-0 to Manchester United, which is incredibly unfortunate. Obviously that is incorrect. That should be a plate trophy, not an actual cup trophy. But either way, 3 debuts for us today with Ramsey, Watson and Mason Mount, of course. And we should have done better. It was unlucky not to win, but we should have won that game. So hopefully the next fixture will be Wolverhampton Wanderers on the 9th, but until then, obviously we'll have the week up to here. I will, at least. You'll see the Wolves game on Tuesday, I believe the games be up on. Then Wednesday we'll have the second Premier League fixture. But yeah, we should have done better. There'll be some looking at the side before the Wolves game to see who actually does make the side and who doesn't prior. But things will change, of course. So until then, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.